Hey guys, so I wanted to talk to you about my PPE and my um, yearly evaluation I had today and the PPE I had yesterday. So, yesterday I had my PPE, and I know a lot of people are confused about how my PPE is set up. So, my preceptor and my manager work together to secure my PPE visits. And because I'm attached to the systems building, which is like the corporate head office for all of the managers. So these managers are from each system, well, not system, each hospital, each metro area hospital or clinic. And they come to this building, this one centralized building, 2 to 3, sometimes 4 days out of the week, depending on what their department details. And I sit with each of these managers. Like for example, the HIM manager for release of information sits over here, and then right behind him my manager sits, and then the director for compliance and information governance, who I met with yesterday, sits, her desk is in a closed off area, but it's in like down the hall, let me see who else is in there. The HIM analyst manager is in there. The HIM director analyst manager is there. The data scientist manager is there. Data integrity manager is there. Hospital billing manager is there. Physician billing manager is there. Like, they're all there. There is not a lot. The only people who are in that building are the Oracle people, the tech people, the IT people, and then the hospital billing and the maybe PB billing, the physician billing people. And they're on the opposite side, and that's the only set of people that are in that building. No entry level employees work at that building besides them. There's just management and upper management in that building. So I know a lot of people were kind of confused about, why are you going to all these places? Why are you, I thought you can only have one site visit, like one place that you're working from. But because I'm attached to a systems building and it's at a higher level, I visit. So I sit with these managers, these different managers, but I visit each of their sites as well, And the person that I'm under who's facilitating all of this is the compliance education manager. And she's kind of a branch off to her own. And because she has to facilitate education, training, and compliance for the entire system of SCL Health, I get a chance to work with her in how she facilitates learning and training and compliance throughout the system. But in order for me to understand how she does her job, I also need to understand how these managers and team leads handle their associates as well in a workplace. So I shadow them in their workplace to see how her job gets done. You kind of get it? Because she does make site visits to see like how things are going, how their process is set up. Because even though we're all a part of one system, each hospital has a little different setup as far as HIM, release of information, data analytics, CDI, and all. And she's in charge of all that. She's in charge of education for all that, training for all of that, and compliance for all of that. So she has to make sure they're in compliance with HIPAA. She has to make sure they're in compliance with state laws. She has to stay on top of any federal or government stuff that's like on the floor or coming down. So that's what we do. That's what I do. I know a lot of people were confused about it, but that's what happens. That's how I ended up visiting all these sites, and that's why I'm traveling around to each of these hospitals, because that's what her job is. So I would say some of her job is remote, probably about 15 to 20%. And then the other half is traveling around to the different sites. So that's why I'm kind of everywhere. So yesterday I got a chance to sit with the information governance operations and information governance director. And she was awesome. Just to sit down and see how information governance works in the facility, like really helped me bring together some of those terms in C810. I'm still working on it. I'm still working on that class. So it made a lot more sense. And I'm thankful that I got a chance to sit with her. She's really intelligent, and she was asking me what I want to do, where do I see myself? Do I like SEL Health? And because not only am I an employee there, but the operations also plays into coding as well. You know what I mean? Like, we get revenue from them. And yeah, there's coding in her branch, HIM, release of information, data analytics, the data scientists, and then there's another group, compliance and education. All of that falls underneath her. So she has to make sure everybody's like good to go. Even though that is a part of her job, like she still made time for me. She still like talked me through a lot of the concepts that I struggle with in the classroom, and she related it back to real working everyday advice. So that was really nice. I sat with her and I talked with her, and we went through a lot of information and a lot of concepts. And then I also sat with the manager of the data analytics team, and she went through like the ticketing process, how they escalate, because she works a lot with 3M, how we say, oh, this isn't working, can we add this, or can we change a button, or can we, take stuff away? And she showed me, how to go through that process, what it means for compliance, what it means for her team to be on those deadlines, and how to navigate them, and how her team, it's a few of them, but they managed to accommodate the whole entire system and get everything taken care of. So that was pretty interesting, seeing her workflow from a manager's position, and I guess downward, because she did have a few people in office. It's just usually, if they do have people in office with them, it's usually the team lead and not anyone else, So that was nice. And today I had my yearly evaluation. It was my first yearly evaluation with this position, and I mean, it went awesome. I was so like, I'm a worrier by nature, right? I can't really help it. So I was like really stressed out about my evaluation because I hadn't gotten much feedback from my manager or the education team. So I was a little worried. I was like, oh, what are they gonna find? What are they gonna say? What's gonna happen? So it was really nice to see, how they evaluated me, what they thought. And I mean, everything turned out really well, and that I'm meeting my productivity and I'm meeting my quality standards. And then she asked me, what did I want to do? Like, where, because I told her a year ago I want to eventually work my way into management. And she said, okay. So then she asked me again, were my goals still the same? Because she remembered from back then. And I was like, yeah, it's still the same. She was like, that's fantastic. They have a lot of people in system. I think our team is like 92 people. And she said, so far I've talked to a bunch of people, and they're pretty satisfied with where they're at, and they're not looking to move up. And she said, we really want to keep the team moving from within. And she was like, myself and two other guys have shown interest in moving into the management position. And she was telling me that most of the managers are in their 60s and they're looking for retirement in the next couple years. So she is, I don't want to say grooming me, but she's gonna like help me get started with inpatient coding, which I'm really excited about. Kind of nervous, but really excited about. And she's going to, I guess, show me the path to get to where I want to get to. So I'm really excited about that. This is the first position and job that I've had where they've like taken me seriously as far as I want to move into management. But I guess that said that it's stuff in the past, not really being passionate about what I'm doing, and I really enjoy coding. I really enjoy the learning, and I think it's, I guess I'm still in the honeymoon stage. I don't know, maybe maybe that bubble will pop later on, but I really enjoy what I'm doing, and I think my team and my managers have a big part in that. I haven't had a day go by where they haven't, you know, said thank you, or they haven't like told me, what's going on, or made me feel included, and valued. So I'm really thankful for that and the team. So I'm hoping, like everything will go well in the future, and that I'm able to stay with this company, because I really can't see retiring here as long as like everything stays the same. I did tell her like I wanted to stay on her team, and I'm not interested in moving off anyone else's team. She said, that'll work out until you get to like a lead position, and then once you hit a lead position, you'll have to transition to someone else's team, because I don't have any leads. I only have one lead, and she told me she had just hired her. So yeah, so that position is not available, and that's okay. But yeah, I'm just really happy, and sorry if my screen is so dark. It's kind of dark in this room. It's pretty cold outside, so I've like got the windows closed. So yeah, so it's really like pushing me up to finish this RHIA and get done. And she was telling me, even with the RHIA, don't feel stressed to get it done in a certain amount of time. She was like, these positions will be here. You still have quite a few years. I'm thinking about 5 to 6 before these managers are ready for retirement, and then we'll see how everything goes. But yeah, I'm really excited. This is the first job that I've had where I've been truly happy, So yeah, so with that being said, it's like giving me more motivation to finish C810, and I'm hoping, I was supposed to have a teach back today, but I forgot I had another meeting at 12. So I'm trying to get all that stuff finished and taken care of before the meeting. So I had to reschedule my teach back with one of the teachers. So I will be, I moved it to tomorrow, which I'm hoping will be okay, because I do have work, and I have to, and Friday's usually a day where I do drop off and pick up. So I'm hoping we make it back home in time. But yeah, so I'm really happy, and we'll see. I'll let you guys know. This is my 4th attempt for C810, and I'm hoping that I pass this time. I feel a little more positive about taking the exam. I think what happened the 3rd time is like I waited too late. I did a lot of teach back with the teachers, the instructors, and like I said, like they don't know what's on the exam, so they can't really give and I don't say accurate, but that's basically what it is, an accurate study guide to the exam. So I was like still studying stuff that I didn't really need to know, while also doing the stuff that I thought was going to be on the test on my own time. But now that I've retaken this test again, I am a little more confident in what I'm doing, and I'm going back and rereading the chapters, and making sure that I get all of the review that I can, because I do not want to fail. So I am also reading Healthcare Information Management Concepts and something. I think it's the 6th edition through AHIMA. And then I'm also reading Enterprise Management, Health, whatever. So I'm reading that too, so I can like catch up. I got I didn't even think about that book while I was in the middle of studying the first 3 times. The first 3 times for this exam, that it would have information. And then I remembered that, oh yeah, this stuff's in there. And I talked to another student. Thanks, Sabra. And I went ahead and got all that stuff. Well, she helped me, like, oh yeah, this book has this book has that, and helped me like nail down some pages to read. Well, she gave them to me and told me, oh, you should check these pages out. So I'm doing all of that now, and rereading these chapters, which is helping. It's helping with a lot of the information that I'm slow on. But yeah, So hopefully this time is better. I do have more questions to ask the instructors, but hopefully we can figure it out. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know what's up. Okay. All right, I'll talk to you guys later, and keep studying.